Look incredibly cool in a slow motion video. Most incredibly cool person in a slow motion video wins. You have 100 hours. Your time starts now.
Daniel, look how cool I can be on the bike.
What's that? I think it's starting to rain.
My time to shine. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go.
Was that cool or what? I don't know, sir.
There, once again, it's Byzantine Baz, your trendy Taskmaster. And this week there were only 6 entries. Now I'm not surprised at that because it's a pretty difficult task, and a lot of people thought it's kind of open to interpretation. Was it about keeping cool and doing something in the cool, or about being a cool dude like I am and doing something really cool and doing that in slow motion? But it doesn't really matter. The entries are all great, and sadly there's winners and losers. And in 6th place we had the young Stockdales. Reminded me of jumping in and out of the swimming pool like they did. It was great. Do you know, by the way, the difference between a paddling pool and a swimming pool? Well, it depends. Deep ends. Okay. So in 5th place, the Nanas. Funnily enough, back in the 1950s, coincidentally, when I had a nana of my own, there was a show on television on our one black and white channel. That's all we had in those days. Imagine that, one channel and black and white, no colour at all. Television. Really awful. The only good thing was there were no adverts. But we had a programme, a children's programme, which I absolutely loved, called The Flower Pot Men. And that's what Nana reminded me of, the programme. There was Bill and Ben and Weed. I'm not sure which one Nana was meaning to be, but it was a blooming good effort anyway. So, in 4th place, the elderly Stockdales. And who says you can't still be cool when you're grandparents? Go for it. And then there's no 3rd place. And the reason is because we've got 2 2nd places, which I think and Sue thinks are just as good as each other. We couldn't really decide. So first of all, the Leaves, and they were killing 2 birds with 1 stone. They were bouncing on the trampoline in a shower, which gave it a spring clean at the same time. And I wonder when the kids leave school if they'll get jobs as bouncers, but that remains to be seen. And also the feints, a really good bit of riding there. I tried all that stuff when I was younger, but I found the hardest part about doing any trick cycling was the pavement, so I gave up. Besides that, my bike would never stand up on its own. I think it was probably because it was too tired. Too tired bike. Okay. And finally, the Johnsons. I mean, how cool was that to combine relaxing with a harvester? You have to search for that one. There's a bit of a pun there somewhere. And he was cool enough to rough it. I loved the way Ethan was just lying there, really cool, on that rough metal surface. No cushions for him. No. Mind you, he may have been worried about any repercussions. Repercussions. Where do I get them? So, that's it from your Cool Taskmaster this week. Quite short and sweet. Well, maybe not so sweet, but short. So until next time, it's aloe vera from me.